Deep within the mist-laden forests of Central Africa, where towering trees pierce the sky and the sunlight filters through in golden streams, a kingdom exists hidden from the eyes of most humans. It is a realm of quiet majesty, a sanctuary where strength and gentleness coexist in perfect harmony. Here, among moss-draped trees and winding rivers, the silverback gorilla reigns, a giant of immense power, yet a creature of astonishing tenderness. His eyes, deep and soulful, hold the wisdom of generations and the unspoken stories of a forest untouched by time. As he moves through the dense undergrowth, every step resonates with grace and authority. His presence commands respect, not through fear, but through the quiet confidence of one who protects, guides, and nurtures his family. Watch as his massive hands, capable of crushing obstacles, reach gently toward a delicate flower, lifting it with care as if understanding the sacredness of life itself. In this single moment, we witness a paradox: immense strength intertwined with mercy, raw power tempered by patience, and a gentle heart hidden within a giant frame. Today, we journey into the hidden lives of these extraordinary creatures, exploring their world, their secrets, and their lessons. From their playful infancy to their commanding adulthood, gorillas reveal the artistry of creation, showing us the signs of divine wisdom written in every movement, every gesture, and every choice. This is the secret life of gorillas, kings of the jungle, teachers of harmony, and mirrors reflecting the beauty, balance, and mercy of Allah's magnificent creation. High in the misty, emerald forests of Rwanda, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, life begins quietly, hidden among towering trees and cascading waterfalls. The air is thick with humidity, the scent of damp earth, and the sound of distant birdsong. Here, a female gorilla, preparing for one of nature's most sacred moments, retreats to a secluded spot, away from the bustling troop. She searches for a safe place where the newborn can enter the world without threat. After a gestation period of approximately 8.5 months, remarkably similar to human pregnancy, she gives birth, often in the early hours when the forest is wrapped in silence and mist swirls around her like a protective shroud. The infant emerges tiny, fragile, and vulnerable, weighing barely 4 pounds. Its eyes are tightly closed, its body covered in sparse black hair that will thicken over the coming months. Every instinct of the mother comes alive, every touch, every gentle adjustment is precise, intentional, and protective. The infant gorilla is entirely dependent on its mother for warmth, nourishment, and protection. The first weeks are a delicate dance of care and vigilance. The mother cradles her baby against her chest, holding it close as she moves slowly through the dense undergrowth. Her massive hands, capable of crushing branches and defending the troop, cradle the tiny body with extraordinary gentleness. Each movement conveys the quiet power of instinct and the invisible hand of divine design. During the first 3 months, the infant remains almost constantly in contact with the mother. Nursing occurs every hour, sometimes more, and the tiny fingers cling to her fur with surprising strength. Unlike many other mammals that give birth frequently, gorillas produce a single infant every 4 to 6 years, investing enormous energy and love into each child. This extended care ensures that the young gorilla has the best chance of survival in a forest filled with hidden dangers. The infant's eyes open at around 6 weeks, revealing dark, reflective pools that slowly begin to observe the world. Through these eyes, it perceives the intricate social structures of its troop, the hierarchy that governs every interaction, and the unspoken rules that maintain harmony. By 3 months, the young gorilla begins to crawl short distances, testing its limbs with wobbly determination. Each stumble, each awkward tumble is part of the learning process, a lesson in coordination, balance, and resilience. Play emerges early, as a vital part of development. At 2 months, infants engage in gentle wrestling, chasing, and tumble games, producing breathy giggles that echo softly through the forest. This playful behavior builds physical strength, sharpens reflexes, and fosters essential social skills. Through play, young gorillas learn empathy, patience, cooperation, and respect, qualities that will define their adult relationships. The silverback, the troop's dominant male, plays a subtle yet critical role in these early stages. Despite his 400-pound muscular frame and formidable presence, he allows the infants to climb on him, tug his hair, and disrupt his rest without anger. His gentle patience teaches lessons that are as essential as any physical skill lessons in respect, restraint, and emotional intelligence. His presence ensures that the infant feels protected, and it provides a model of leadership that is based on strength tempered with compassion. Observation is key to survival. The infant watches as its mother strips bark, digs for roots, and selects leaves and fruits. It memorizes which plants are edible, which contain toxins, and which hold the nutrients essential for growth. By watching adults forage, the young gorilla acquires knowledge that will sustain it for life. It learns the hidden languages of the forest, the subtle signs of danger, and the intricate paths through the dense vegetation. Gorillas share approximately 98.3% of their DNA with humans, a fact that underlines their profound similarity to us. Their capacity for emotion, joy, grief, curiosity, and social bonding mirrors human experiences in remarkable ways. They laugh, show affection, mourn losses, and form deep, lasting connections with members of their troop. Observing their infancy reveals the consciousness embedded in their being, a reflection of the Creator's wisdom in designing life with depth, intelligence, and emotion. The family structure ensures survival. Aunts, siblings, and subordinate males all contribute to the infant's upbringing. This communal care teaches cooperation and social cohesion. The troop acts as a living library of knowledge, passing down survival strategies, food sources, and social etiquette from one generation to the next. The infant's life is shaped not only by maternal protection, but by the collective wisdom and vigilance of the troop. Even at this earliest stage, the design of nature is apparent. Vulnerability does not imply weakness. Rather, it reflects trust, divine planning, and the interdependence embedded within creation. The mother's instinct to nurture, the silverback's gentle strength, and the troop's collective care all point to a purposeful order in the natural world. Life is guided, protected, and intentional. From the infant's first breath to its tentative steps through the forest, every gesture reflects balance, foresight, and care. The birth of a gorilla demonstrates the meticulous planning inherent in creation. A creature arrives equipped with potential, surrounded by guidance, and connected to a community that will nurture it. In watching these tiny beings grow, we glimpse the elegance of Allah's design, where no life is accidental, no survival is random, and every creature has a role to play. The infant gorilla's journey from fragility to strength, from dependence to exploration, exemplifies the divine principles of care, learning, and protection. Through observation, humans can learn the importance of patience, familial bonds, and nurturing the young. This beginning of life, though delicate, carries lessons for all living beings. Strength arises from care, knowledge comes from observation, and life thrives when supported by love, community, and divine wisdom. In these earliest days, the forest becomes a classroom of life. Every fall teaches resilience, every touch conveys protection, every laugh signals joy, and every instinctive gesture reflects the precision of divine creation. The infant gorilla grows within a network of love, vigilance, and wisdom, prepared for the challenges that lie ahead. Through these beginnings, we are reminded that Allah's design encompasses strength and gentleness, protection and freedom, learning and patience. This is the birth of a king, fragile, dependent, yet perfectly crafted. A tiny creature that, with time, guidance, and divine support, will grow into a guardian of the forest, a model of wisdom, and a mirror reflecting the mercy, intelligence, and purpose embedded in all creation. In observing the life of a young gorilla, we are reminded that nothing in this world is purposeless, and that every life, no matter how small, is a testament to the Creator's infinite wisdom. As the infant gorilla moves beyond its first year, the forest transforms from a place of mystery into a dynamic classroom of life. Every vine, every fallen log, and every rustle in the leaves becomes a lesson in agility, observation, and survival. Play dominates these formative years, but it is far from mere amusement. Wrestling, chasing, and climbing games refine muscles, coordination, and spatial awareness, preparing the young gorilla for the demands of adulthood. Juveniles form playful groups, often engaging in acrobatic displays that test balance and strength. These games are governed by subtle rules. Turns are taken, boundaries respected, and disputes resolved without serious conflict. Through such interactions, young gorillas learn empathy, patience, and cooperation. Even small gestures, a gentle push, a playful grab, teach the nuances of social hierarchy and mutual respect. The silverback remains a steady presence, teaching through example rather than aggression. When a young gorilla missteps or becomes overly confident, the silverback intervenes gently, guiding with authority and patience. Leadership in the troop is not imposed by brute force, but earned through wisdom, experience, and the ability to maintain harmony. The young gorilla observes, learns, and internalizes these lessons, preparing for its eventual role as a protector and leader. Foraging becomes another vital part of learning. The juvenile studies the adults, memorizing which leaves, stems, fruits, and roots are safe to eat. They begin to recognize seasonal patterns, understand nutritional value, and develop techniques for peeling, stripping, and selecting food. Occasionally, insects like termites or ants are sampled, providing small doses of protein. Some populations even demonstrate rudimentary tool use, such as using sticks to extract termites, showcasing intelligence and problem-solving skills. Communication skills develop rapidly. Young gorillas learn a complex language of over 25 vocalizations, gestures, and facial expressions. Gentle rumbles convey contentment, sharp barks warn of danger, and chest beating communicates dominance or excitement. Each interaction is a chance to observe, understand, and respond appropriately. Social intelligence becomes just as crucial as physical strength, reflecting the careful balance Allah instilled in creation. As juveniles grow, the forest becomes a living laboratory. They encounter minor threats, snakes, territorial disputes, or accidental falls. Each event is a lesson in caution, adaptability, and the importance of observing elders. At around 8 years, females may reach sexual maturity and sometimes leave their natal troop, promoting genetic diversity. Males mature more slowly, often not reaching full strength and leadership potential until 12 to 13 years, marked by the iconic silver hair across their back, the hallmark of a silverback in the making. The silverback's physical power is extraordinary. Possessing strength equivalent to 10 adult humans, his muscular frame, massive forearms, and formidable canines are awe-inspiring. Yet, this power is rarely wielded for violence. Gorillas are fundamentally peaceful, preferring displays of strength and intimidation over combat. They resolve conflicts with posture, vocalizations, and gestures, demonstrating that true authority relies on wisdom and restraint rather than sheer force. During this stage, emotional growth is equally profound. Friendships form between peers, empathy emerges during moments of distress, and compassion is displayed in helping weaker or injured individuals. Playful mischief, minor skirmishes, and laughter become vehicles for understanding boundaries, social norms, and the subtle art of coexistence. These experiences are essential preparation for the responsibilities and challenges of adult life. Memory and intelligence expand. Young gorillas begin recognizing the locations of key feeding sites across vast territories spanning several square miles. They memorize landmarks, understand seasonal food availability, and observe patterns of predator activity. Observation is a cornerstone of survival, teaching them when to approach, when to retreat, and how to navigate a complex, ever-changing environment. The troop functions as a microcosm of society. Every member has a role. The mother nurtures, siblings play and teach, the silverback leads and protects, and subordinate males contribute to collective safety. Lessons are passed seamlessly, with young gorillas absorbing knowledge from multiple sources. This cultural transmission ensures continuity, survival, and cohesion. By the time a young male reaches adolescence, he may begin testing boundaries, displaying strength, and asserting independence. These experiments are carefully monitored by the silverback, who corrects excessive behavior and reinforces respect. The adolescent stage mirrors human teenage years. Rebellion, exploration, and learning self-control are all part of maturing. Nutrition remains critical. An adult silverback consumes up to 60 pounds of vegetation daily to sustain his frame, a standard that young gorillas gradually approach. Foraging teaches patience, discernment, and the reward of careful observation. Young gorillas learn which plants are safe, how to access them, and when to forage based on seasonal availability, demonstrating that intelligence in nature is often measured by practicality and adaptation. Social bonds deepen. Siblings, peers, and extended family members form alliances, demonstrating loyalty, empathy, and cooperation. Disputes are mediated through subtle signals, gentle gestures, or intervention from elders. Every action is observed, every response learned, and every mistake corrected, shaping a generation capable of leadership, protection, and wisdom. Life expectancy in the wild ranges from 35 to 40 years, though gorillas in captivity can reach their 60s. Survival depends not just on strength, but on learned skills, social intelligence, and the ability to cooperate within a complex community. Each day reinforces the lessons of balance, restraint, and purposeful action principles that echo the divine order in all creation. This period of growth reveals a profound truth. True greatness is not defined solely by power, but by knowledge, compassion, and the ability to harmonize with one's surroundings. The young gorilla learns that patience, observation, and respect for others are as critical as physical prowess. Leadership, in this world and in ours, requires wisdom, care, and moral insight. From the playful antics of the juvenile to the disciplined guidance of the silverback, every interaction, every trial, and every triumph reflects the meticulous design of Allah. Strength is balanced with gentleness, curiosity with caution, independence with cooperation, and power with restraint. Observing these lessons in the forest offers humans a mirror for ethical living, patience, and the cultivation of intelligence and empathy. As adolescence transitions into adulthood, the young gorilla stands at the threshold of potential leadership, prepared for the responsibilities of protecting family, maintaining harmony, and sustaining the legacy of the troop. Every game played, every challenge faced, and every lesson absorbed contributes to this journey. In the intricate balance of growth, we witness divine wisdom and the purposeful beauty of creation. The forest echoes with the laughter, calls, and gentle rustling of leaves as these young kings of the jungle prepare to step into roles that will define their lives and the lives of those around them. In their education, we see not only the story of survival, but a reflection of patience, discipline, and devotion. Qualities humans are encouraged to emulate in their own journeys of growth. Gorillas are more than remarkable individuals. They are the very architects of the forests they inhabit. Every step they take, every meal they consume, and every nest they build reshapes the environment around them, creating a delicate balance that sustains countless other species. As they roam through dense undergrowth, silverbacks lead their troops with steady purpose. Their movements open pathways through tangled vegetation, allowing smaller animals to traverse the forest safely. These natural corridors become vital lifelines for birds, antelopes, and even insects that depend on the trails the gorillas forge. When gorillas feed, they strip leaves, peel bark, and uproot plants, unintentionally fertilizing the forest floor with nutrient-rich droppings. Seeds pass through their digestive system intact, dispersed across miles of territory, germinating in fertile soil to ensure forest regeneration. Without their constant presence, some plant species might vanish, leading to cascading effects throughout the ecosystem. The forest is a dynamic classroom, and gorillas serve as its teachers. They maintain clearings that allow sunlight to reach seedlings below, fostering biodiversity. Their selective feeding encourages certain species to thrive while preventing any single plant from dominating. In this way, gorillas balance competition and growth, sustaining the intricate web of life that Allah has so meticulously created. Humans have long been fascinated by these gentle giants. Gorilla tourism, centered in Rwanda, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, has become a cornerstone for conservation and local economies. Visitors pay to observe gorillas in their natural habitat, providing vital funding for anti-poaching patrols, habitat preservation, and community development. Former poachers now act as guides and protectors, recognizing that living gorillas are far more valuable than dead ones. Their efforts save lives and create a culture of conservation deeply rooted in both practical and ethical awareness. Yet, the survival of gorillas is far from guaranteed. Habitat destruction from logging, farming, and mining fragments forests, isolating troops, and reducing access to food and mates. Armed conflict in certain regions has disrupted protected areas, leaving gorillas vulnerable to both human violence and environmental degradation. Climate change adds a further layer of challenge. Altered rainfall patterns and rising temperatures shift vegetation zones, forcing gorillas to adapt to new feeding grounds or face starvation. Their ability to survive depends on flexibility, intelligence, and the careful stewardship of their forest habitats. Despite these threats, hope persists. Over the past 30 years, intensive conservation efforts have produced remarkable results. Mountain gorilla populations, once fewer than 300, now exceed 1,000 individuals. This recovery demonstrates that focused human action can preserve endangered species when guided by compassion, knowledge, and resolve. The silverback plays a pivotal role in these conservation efforts indirectly. His leadership ensures the troop remains cohesive, passes on knowledge, and protects young gorillas who will continue the lineage. Observing his vigilance, humans are reminded of the importance of responsibility, dedication, and care for those under one's protection. Gorillas also teach us about resilience. Their lives are governed by routine, yet each day brings new challenges. Seasonal food scarcity, rival troops, predators, and environmental hazards. They respond with patience, intelligence, and cooperation, or panic, or acting recklessly. There is wisdom in their measured approach, a reflection of the divine balance present in all creation. Cultural transmission is another remarkable aspect. Different gorilla troops exhibit unique behaviors, foraging techniques, and social customs, demonstrating that culture is not exclusive to humans. These learned behaviors, passed from one generation to the next, ensure survival and reinforce community cohesion. In addition to ecological and cultural significance, gorillas hold profound spiritual lessons. Their restraint in the face of conflict, careful nurturing of offspring, and cooperation within the troop mirror the ethical guidance Allah provides to humanity. Strength is wielded wisely, power is tempered with mercy, and social bonds are valued above individual gain. Human communities benefit directly and indirectly from gorillas. Protecting their habitat ensures cleaner air, stable water cycles, and biodiversity that supports agriculture, medicine, and ecological stability. Every tree preserved for gorillas serves humanity as well, a tangible reminder that the health of our environment is inseparable from the creatures that inhabit it. Yet, conservation is not a task of convenience. It demands vigilance and sacrifice. Rangers risk their lives daily, removing snares, monitoring health, and defending against poachers. Their dedication embodies a sacred duty akin to stewardship, reflecting humanity's responsibility as caretakers of Allah's creation. Observing gorillas in their habitat, we witness an extraordinary balance, massive strength paired with gentle care, individual ambition tempered by social harmony, instinct guided by intelligence. Every action, from foraging to play to conflict resolution, is purposeful, woven into the larger fabric of life. Extinction is not merely a biological loss, it is a spiritual loss as well. Each creature holds a role decreed by the Creator, a function that sustains the ecosystem and teaches humans lessons about patience, compassion, and responsibility. To lose gorillas is to lose a living reminder of divine order and the wisdom embedded in nature. Conservation success stories prove that humans can restore balance when they act with knowledge, compassion, and persistence. Protecting gorillas has revitalized forests, empowered local communities, and preserved one of the most intelligent and emotionally rich species on Earth. In every gorilla family, we see reflection, intention, and balance. Adults protect, teach, and guide. Juveniles learn, explore, and grow. The forest responds, life flourishes, and the cycle continues. This is Allah's wisdom in action, visible to those who observe patiently and deeply. The gorilla's presence is a gift, a living lesson in cooperation, resilience, and purpose. It challenges humans to reflect on their own responsibilities and to act as guardians, not exploiters, of the natural world. Their lives demonstrate that every creature, from the smallest insect to the mighty silverback, contributes to the perfection of creation. Watching them move, communicate, and nurture, we see more than survival strategies. We see ethical principles, social intelligence, and spiritual wisdom embedded in living form. Their care for one another, their respect for boundaries, and their patience with the young echo lessons we are encouraged to adopt in our own lives. The forest thrives because of gorillas, and humanity benefits in turn. Protecting them is not charity. It is justice, stewardship, and obedience to the divine order. It is a recognition that life is interconnected, that every action has consequences, and that compassion is a universal law written into the fabric of creation. By honoring gorillas, we honor the wisdom of the Creator. Every seed they disperse, every trail they forge, and every young life they nurture is part of a grand design, a reflection of mercy, foresight, and intentionality. They are guardians not only of the forest, but of lessons humanity desperately needs to remember: patience, responsibility, compassion, and balance. As the silverback reaches his prime, between the ages of 15 and 25, he stands as the unchallenged leader of his troop. Every day is filled with responsibility, guiding his family to the best feeding grounds, mediating conflicts, ensuring safety, and teaching lessons through his example rather than force. Mating is a careful process, timed with precision in nature's rhythm. When a female comes into estrus, the silverback mates, continuing the sacred cycle of life. Approximately 8.5 months later, a new infant is born, tiny and vulnerable, yet perfectly designed for survival by the Creator's wisdom. The infant's arrival brings joy not just to the mother, but to the entire troop. Other females, juveniles, and even the silverback show attentiveness, demonstrating the collective responsibility embedded in gorilla society. Protection, teaching, and guidance are shared, ensuring that the newborn has every chance to thrive. The bond between mother and infant is profound. Nursing continues for 3 to 4 years, and during this time, the mother imparts essential survival skills: what plants are edible, how to forage efficiently, and how to interact with troop members. Every touch, sound, and gesture is a lesson in life, patience, and resilience. Young gorillas watch their elders closely. The silverback models leadership, using strength only when necessary and showing restraint at all other times. Juveniles learn that authority is not about domination but responsibility, that true power lies in protection, compassion, and wise decision-making. Gorilla culture is rich. Populations develop unique traditions, from nesting patterns to food selection, passing knowledge from generation to generation. This cultural transmission reminds us that learning, memory, and tradition are not uniquely human, they exist throughout creation, reflecting the Creator's infinite wisdom. As the gorilla ages, signs of time become visible. Silver hair spreads across the back, muscles weaken, and movement slows. Yet, with age comes experience, patience, and respect from the younger generation. Aging silverbacks often continue to guide and mediate, showing that wisdom carries its own authority. Death, too, is part of the cycle. When a gorilla passes, the troop's mourning displays a remarkable emotional depth: quiet observation, gentle touches, and protective behaviors toward the grieving. Life, even in loss, is meaningful, emphasizing that every creature's existence is purposeful and interconnected. The lessons for humans are profound. Patience, compassion, social harmony, and respect for life are reflected in the gorilla's existence. Their strength is balanced by gentleness. Their intelligence is paired with empathy. Observing them invites reflection on our own responsibilities as stewards of creation. Every action of a gorilla illustrates divine wisdom. Their care for the young, protection of the troop, and role in the forest ecosystem reveal a balance that humans often disrupt. Allah created every species with intention, embedding lessons in survival, cooperation, and morality. Witnessing a gorilla troop teaches humility. Despite immense physical power, the silverback exercises restraint. Despite the complexity of the forest, cooperation ensures survival. Despite the vulnerability of infants, collective care guarantees growth. These are reflections of divine order, urging humans to act with wisdom and mercy. Conservation is not merely a scientific pursuit, it is a moral duty. Protecting gorillas, forests, and ecosystems fulfills the sacred responsibility bestowed upon us. By safeguarding life, we honor the Creator and acknowledge that nothing exists without purpose. The gorilla's life is a mirror for humanity. Their patience, loyalty, and empathy remind us to be grateful, to protect what is weak, and to value every life. Their social intelligence teaches negotiation, conflict resolution, and leadership rooted in service rather than domination. We learn that true strength lies in restraint, true leadership in guidance, and true legacy in nurturing the next generation. Observing gorillas encourages reflection on our own behavior, reminding us that arrogance, wastefulness, and destruction disrupt the delicate balance Allah established. As we leave the misty forests, having witnessed the life of these kings, we understand that their story is more than survival, it is a testament to purpose, divine design, and interconnectedness. From the tiny infant clinging to its mother to the mighty silverback protecting all, each life has meaning, each moment carries lessons, and each action contributes to the harmony of creation. In protecting gorillas, humans preserve not only a species, but the intricate system that sustains forests, wildlife, and humanity. Their survival depends on our vigilance, awareness, and respect, reflecting the sacred trust given to us by Allah. The secret life of gorillas invites awe, reflection, and gratitude. They are teachers of patience, models of compassion, and reminders that life, in all its forms, is sacred. Observing them inspires us to be mindful, humble, and committed to preserving the balance entrusted to us. Life is a circle, a tapestry woven with purpose and care. Every birth, every interaction, every act of protection demonstrates that creation is not random but intentional, designed by a wise and merciful Creator. The gorilla's life is a call to stewardship, respect, and reflection for all who watch. If you found this journey inspiring and wish to explore more wonders of Allah's creation, subscribe to Animalscope Network and join us in discovering the hidden miracles of the wild. Witness, learn, and reflect, because in the life of every creature lies a lesson for humanity.